What is going on, everybody? My name is Atu Chavez, and before I get into today's live funny experience story events, I guess you could say, I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up. If you guys have seen the Her Mom Hooked Me Up video a couple days ago, you guys, I've looked through the comments and you guys have said, oh, you should, talk to her, you should fuck her, you should do a photo shoot with her. Y'all said some crazy stuff and it was really funny. But just a quick update for you guys. I tried to get in contact with her through Facebook because I have her on Facebook. And, I just messaged her one night. And she gave me her number because she had a new number, but she never, gave it out, publicly. She never said on Facebook, oh, I got a new phone, new number, inbox me. She never said that. So I just messaged her one night and she gave me her new number. And we're going to be hanging out soon. So, yeah. And the second thing I realized, if I even said, that I realized something. The second thing I realized was that all the jobs that I've done, jobs or volunteer work that I've done, have gotten me girls. Now, of course, we've seen the photography one where her mom got me her number. I don't know if that even counts as me getting a number because her mom got it for me. But, I still got a number. You know what I mean? So that's one. And this story kind of relates to me meeting girls because I was a lifeguard. But this story isn't a story of how I met girls. It's kind of actually my first save that I've had to do. And I'd never want to do it again because the lifeguard job, you guys might think, lifeguard is an easy job because all you'd have to do is just sit in the chair all day, sit in the sun, hop in the pool if it gets too hot, eat some of the pool food, which is actually pretty good sometimes. But it's not that great, guys. Trust me, it's not that great. So on this specific day, the managers, or I guess the bosses of the pool, were being major dicks, especially to me. Why? I don't know. I think they had some kind of hate towards me. I have no idea why they hated me that day, but they worked me like a dog. They said, oh, before the pool opens, you got to go clean the pool, got to wash the bathrooms, clean the slides, XYZ, ABC, 1, 2, 3, elemental P, and just do everything that it would take a team to do. They had me do it. So they were being a bitch, just like the host, how he left this game. He was being a bitch too. So, I didn't want to get fired, I guess, but I just wanted to leave and go home. And so later on that day, I was sitting in one of my chairs, which is the lifeguard chairs. If you guys, I'm sure you guys have been to a pool. We see lifeguards sitting in those tall ass chairs. That's where I was sitting. The seat I was sitting in, I'll explain the rotation. I'm sure this is the same for most pools, but pretty much how it would go is the first chairs would be the top of the slide, and then the bottom of the slide, and then the lifeguard would get a break. They can chill in the office. And then it would be the first 2 or 3 pools, or the chairs next to the kiddie pool, with the mini slides and the fountains and water sprinklers and everything. That would be the next 2 or 3 chairs, and then after those chairs, you would get another break. After that, it would be the normal pool, not the deep end, but not the shallow end for the kiddie pool. It's like the 4 or 5 footer, you would sit there for 2 or 3 chairs, and then get another break. And then the last 2 chairs, on that whole rotation, it was the lap lane chairs and the deep end chairs. The lap lanes where you swim, and then the deep end where you go off the diving board. So at that time, I was in the lap lane chair, and I had 20 minutes left in my shift, and I just wanted to go home because I was pissed at the managers. I just didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to go home and just forget about everything. Just forget about that day. So I was in that chair, and when I got in that chair, a few minutes passed, and I noticed to my left that a summer camp had just walked inside the pool. It was an outdoor pool, but they walked in, and they're walking behind my chair. I looked over, and I just said to myself, and I'm probably going to go to hell for this, but I said to myself, please don't let any of these kids drown. Now, if you guys are wondering why I might go to hell for that, it's because those kids, in lightest terms, for lack of a better word, they had special needs. Now, I don't want to say anything else that might offend viewers or anything, but they had special needs, if you know what I mean. And I was in such a bad mood. I just wanted to go home and not save anyone. And so when I saw the kids, I just said, please don't let any of these kids drown. I do not want to have to go in and save them and get myself wet just to save one of them. I just didn't want to do anything. It's like you had a bad day at school, you just want to go home, give everyone, but you can't because you ride the bus and you gotta wait for the bus to go home. You know what I mean? So, then I finished off that chair perfectly fine. No one drowns in that chair. And then I hop in the diving board chair. Now, each chair you have to sit for in 20 minutes, and then you can, switch to the next chair or take a break. 15 minutes pass in that chair, And then I'm like, yes, it is like, I don't know, I'll say it's 2:55 and I get off at 3. Yes, it's 2:55. I'm home free, just 5 more minutes and I can go home. Yeah, I didn't think so, because the entire summer camp, because it wasn't just that one summer camp of special need kids, I'm sorry, who came to the camp. It was like a bunch of summer camps of kids. So all the summer camp kids at this point just wanted to bug me and went to the diving board. And the rule was only one person could go off the diving board at a time. So it would be, one guy goes off and then swims to the wall and climbs out, and then another person could go. So, a few minutes until I get off the chair and I can go home. And this one kid from a regular summer camp jumps in the diving board, and then out of nowhere, I just see like another kid bolt right after him. And I look in the water and I'm like, crap, I gotta tell this kid to not do that anymore, because if he does, I'm gonna have to kick him out of the pool. So the first kid comes up perfectly fine, he knows how to swim. The second kid, he comes up and he's splashing around. Now, I didn't notice this like the second he came up, but as I was trying to blow my whistle at him, get his attention and say, hey, you can't do that anymore. And then I stop, and then I realize something. I take down my shades and I'm like, hold up, where have I seen this before? Because to be a lifeguard, you need to go through like CPR, AED classes and training for like 2 weeks straight just to be a lifeguard. So I look at the kid and I'm like, wait a second, where have I seen this before? And then I realize it's the same thing that I've seen in the training videos. The kid is drowning. And I've worked at the pool for 2 years. I've never had to save anyone until that day. That was my first save. So I jumped in the pool, blew my whistle so that all the other lifeguards from the office and everyone else who was working there could blow their whistle, get their attention, and just run to where I was, because there was no one going to be in that chair. And what if while I was in the water, someone else drowned? I can't save 2 people. No. So I blew the whistle, everyone else blew their whistle, everyone came to my chair, and I jumped in the pool, grabbed the kid, swam to the wall, and then I'm just dead tired because I was scared for my life. What if I couldn't save this kid and he died on me? That was just scary. If you guys are planning on being a lifeguard, don't do it, trust me. But, the kid was fine, we treated him to first aid, we got him back to the camp, and I don't know if I said this, but the second kid was like a special need camp kid. So yeah, everything turned out fine in the end. No one got hurt, but my day got ruined. I just wanted to go home, but I had to save someone. But it was my first save. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but I'm scared to ever go back and start working as a lifeguard again in case I have to save anyone, because having to deal with someone's life is scary as hell. Trust me on that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below what you think, and subscribe if you're new. And until then, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.